You're very welcome back. The brand new Babytalk Initiative is being rolled out nationwide, helping premature and vulnerable babies to get the best start they can.
Here to tell us all about it, our Babytalk coordinator and founder Deirdre Bradley, mother Orla Brady, and clinical nurse manager Annette Freeman. Thank you all so much for joining us on the show this morning. Deirdre, for those who don't know, tell us all about this Babytalk Initiative.
Absolutely. So Babytalk is an initiative being rolled out through all of Ireland in our intensive care units for preterm and babies who are a little bit more vulnerable to work on reading, singing and speaking to our babies. So it's a protocol that's founded in research from the University of Stanford, where the team have looked at what can we do to promote the brain development and best outcomes for these vulnerable babies. So we were armed with that research that started this journey for us.
OK, because we're led to believe, and I suppose the proof is there, that premature babies can have language developmental problems. So this will benefit them.
Absolutely. So my background is a speech and language therapist working in neonatal intensive care, and it's something we were always so interested in. What can we do? So this research brought the benefits for our babies, and I worked with a team, Maura Daly, Ruth O'Rourke from nursing, our librarians, our community librarians in Drogheda, where I worked, to see, well, can we implement this in an Irish context? Can we get the best for our babies? And what became really apparent was putting in this reading, singing and speaking protocol had massive benefits for our babies. And as a staff and as a unit, so many champions across nursing, midwifery directors. It was something that everybody really got behind, and none more so than perhaps our parents, who were such fabulous ambassadors for their babies.
Speaking of parents, Orla, I mean, it's so lovely to have you on the show today. Your daughter Maeve is currently in NICU. Tell us, what has her life been like so far?
Quite surreal. So Maeve arrived at 31 weeks. So her due date is not until early March. So we were quite overwhelmed with the entire experience so far. And being in the baby unit, and a shout out actually to Maeve herself and all of the lovely staff in Cavan in the baby unit. They have really been tremendous. Annette here introduced us to the Babytalk library, and that really helped my husband Donal and myself really connect with Maeve. For the first few days, we couldn't really hold her. So that's quite emotional, as you can imagine. And you know, you're looking at monitors, it's quite a medical environment. It can be very intense. So to have that kind of normality and that ability to connect to your child, and Donal would read her stories, I will read her stories, and for the first few kind of seconds, you can see her head turn towards you. And that just, you know, as a mum who can't take her baby home, that's quite special. So the library has been very, very special for us.
OK, I'm just thinking of you having to leave the hospital and leave Maeve there.
Yes.
That has to be so hard.
Very heartbreaking. We're very fortunate we live quite close to the hospital. I really empathise for many families who have tremendously long journeys to take to go visit their children and leave that NICU and leave that baby unit. It is quite reassuring. We know she's in the best possible care, so you do kind of take some kind of comfort in that. But it is very difficult to go back to an empty house. And for Donal and myself, it was very surreal because I went into hospital on St Stephen's Day, so we had the Christmas tree up. I came home on the 2nd of January without my little baby girl, and yeah, it's very strange. But having the library is just really helpful.
I suppose if we hear so much about how important skin-on-skin contact and things like that are for bonding, both for mama and dad, so not having that must be utterly heartbreaking. But it's a different kind of bond, but it's still there. So that's what it does for you, I guess, is it?
Yeah, and the first night was very bizarre because one of the staff handed me a Dr. Seuss book, All the Places You Will Go. And you can imagine your little baby is in an incubator, surrounded, you know, she was on CPAP at the time and oxygen, and you can't even really see her face, but you can sit there and you can read to her. And yeah, it was, a very surreal, emotional time for us, but also being able to connect with her because she does turn her head, and I can notice her heart rate dips a lot when we read. So she does relax, and it is, you know, she is very familiar with your voice, and she knows that from the womb. So being able to have that is, it's really tremendous.
How's she doing now?
She's great. We're hoping to have her home maybe at the end of next week.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
She's very cute.
Oh, so all is going well? Everything is en route for a safe
We're hopeful the next
home.
week or two she should be home.
Oh, that's great.
And we've ordered some of her books that we've
really?
in the library. There's some favourites in there.
OK, when Deirdre was explaining how Babytalk works, and I had the reading, and it was the singing that stood out to me. How was Donal about the singing?
Donal's been great with the singing. He's more musical than I am. Yeah.
Because to sing in a room where nobody else is singing, it can be a bit daunting.
Yeah. But even reading in a room as well, like, you do feel very strange. There's a lot of other babies in that unit, and there's a lot of staff, and it's quite a serious environment, and there's, you know, you don't really know what you're dealing with, and it can change 1 hour to the next.
Yeah.
So you do feel strange, but for some blissful moments, you do feel like you could be at home in your nursery.
Yeah, look, you're singing and you're reading to your child, so you will shut everything else out because you'll want to be that parent and be that great support. Annette, you work in the special care baby unit in Cavan. So tell us about the implementation of the Babytalk Initiative there.
So I firstly heard about the Babytalk, which Deirdre presented at the Neonatal Network back a year or two ago, which was absolutely captivating. And then later on this year, I brought it in. I organised a launch day, which I invited Deirdre down, and invited every one of the maternity staff, and especially the Skaboo girls, along to listen to what she had to say. And as part of that, I invited the librarians. Dimpna in the hospital library was very much a key part. She provided all the beautiful books, of which I've brought a sample. She also printed up a list of books that we have in our little library. She also printed up a little flyer about Babytalk, a simple one, just really explaining what it is, so that when we give the pack to the parents when they come into special care, they have it all there to see and read in a very simple form, because as you can imagine, it's a daunting time. And after that, then it's the Cavan County Library. Laura, the librarian there, then continues with Babytalk once they're discharged, and she's organising rhyme times, coffee mornings for the parents that have been to special care baby unit, and they can have a meet up and rekindle and chat through books.
You think it's especially important for fathers. Tell us why that is.
Because I think they are very much lost in this whole pathway, because they have no role, they feel they have no role, and all they want to do is help and support. But to actually take on reading the book and having read that little flyer, it gives them the confidence that what they're doing is as important as anything that I'm doing or anybody else for their baby.
I'm just thinking, Orla, how Maeve, she reacts when she hears your voice, when she hears Donal's voice.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
That must be heartwarming, when that first moment when you saw her head turn.
Yeah, and it was Donal who'd commented. I was reading, and he said, look, she knows us, she's moving her head. And yeah, that was because at 31 weeks, we weren't really too sure, you know, what the outcome might be. And it's a very precarious situation to be in. But yeah, and you can see it with her heart rate as well. And when Donal will speak, and she's getting a bit smart now. When we come in, she knows it's us, and she's getting ready for her feeds. And yeah, it's very cute.
Deirdre, this is an initiative that is being rolled out nationwide. That must be pretty special.
Absolutely, and Cavan is one of our earliest examples. So what started in Drogheda is now going nationwide. So we are going around 18 neonatal intensive care units. We're funded by the HSE Spark Innovation Programme, which is a really unique way of getting funding out to the front line to get these new ideas from abroad and new things to our units. So I was in Sligo this week, a big shout out to Sligo, and I'm on the road meeting families like Orla, staff like Annette, and the one thing that unifies is our parents, our neonatal staff. There's just absolute champions and ambassadors for our babies, and I think if we keep going the way they're going, the future of healthcare, it's really exciting. It's making it really family friendly. The families are the key, the staff are the key, and there's lots we can do. We're working on recording technology. We're recording parents' voices so that if they can't be with their baby, it's available in the evenings if people geographically are separated.
Lovely.
And to be honest, it's an absolute honour and privilege to be able to do so.
Tony boxes are very popular in Long so I would imagine Annette, they're very popular where you are too. For those parents who might have to travel long distances.
Yeah.
So they can put their voices onto the Tony box.
Absolutely.
And the idea is that every parent, every family can be involved in this. It doesn't matter what language you speak, your literacy background, where you're based. Babytalk is for everybody, and our vision is that all 6,000 babies in neonatal intensive care units annually will benefit from this initiative. So It's wonderful.
Oh, it's such a lovely, lovely idea. And Deirdre, Orla and Annette, thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. And best of luck with the nationwide rollout.
Thank you.
We'll wait with bated breath for that. And a lot of parents, of course, will benefit from that. Now, still to come, we'll meet author Catherine Gray on her new book, A Little Addiction.
Plus, we're cooking
see this.
berry brioche in the kitchen.
It's
We're
spectacular.
starving. We'll see you for that in a minute.